welcome back to my channel, Diamonds and Washi. My name is Katie, and happy Monday, or whatever day it is where you are. I am here with my weekly WIP and Chat, and I'm going to be working on a diamond painting from a new to me company. It's one of my current WIPs, or works in progress, and I'm going to be chatting your ear off for the next hour, so we'll see how long this goes. I'm a little out of my sort of usual routine, so I will of course explain, but just wanted to welcome you on in. Please subscribe if you enjoyed today's video and would like to see more from me. I would love to have you here. And if you are back, I am so happy you're here as well and hope you've been doing well. Feel free to pull out a project to work alongside me, grab a cup of coffee and a snack, and we'll see if we can get a little work done together. Now, the diamond painting I'm going to be working on is from the Diamond Design Co. It's from their Bedroom in a Glass Bottle set, which I recently uploaded a video unboxing of. And I decided I don't think I'm necessarily going to do the whole set, but I wanted to do at least one and be able to report back on my experience with it. So this is one of the 6 images. It's a pretty good size. It's 18 by 24 centimeters. And I went in first and did the background and then did the black outline, and now we're going to start filling it in a little bit more. Accessories wise, I have a package I want to open with you guys, and let's do that first, and then I'll tell you about the rest I'm working with today. This is from Pure Bliss Wax Company, and I had thought, oh, I'll open this in my WIP and Chat because then I can not only share it with you guys, but then use these in my video. And I had the chance to work with Pure Bliss to come up with a Mother's Day bundle, something that was just really sweet and cozy, kind of tapping into the idea that moms deserve some self-care. So this is Dragon Mama Dreams. This is a putty scent. And then this is the cover minder. Sleeping Dragons has been the name of the game when it comes to theming for the cover minders I've done in collaboration with this shop. So while I'm not actually going to need a cover minder for this project, so I'm just going to take off the whole plastic cover. That's what this one looks like. It's on acrylic and it has magnets on the back, so you can hold back the plastic cover or just have a cute companion while you're crafting too, which that's what we'll go with. I'll take this out. And then the putty I'll show you guys. I think this is still in stock. I know that Mother's Day was yesterday, but it's still a really cute minder and putty that you could pick up if you wanted to. This is gonna have just all cozy vibes. I'm trying to remember the exact scent dupe we were going for. Let's see. Oh, look at the pretty bow. I always feel bad ruining the shape. Yeah, so I think this is like a cozy almond kind of scent. There's like a little bit of vanilla, a little bit of almond to it. I don't know, it just feels very like luxurious to me. So I always tend towards sweeter, kind of lighter scents. I don't tend to gravitate towards florals at all. So if you're like me, know that this does not have any like floral or musky scents to it. It's lighter and has a bit more sweetness to it. It really makes me think of like the body lotion from Bath and Body Works that has like that, I don't know, like spa day, like vanilla kind of scent, but this has almond in it as well that I really like. So anyway, Dragon Mama Dreams. Yeah, let me go ahead. Oh, other accessories. This pen is from Butterfly Effect Wares. I just thought the pinks and yellows in it kind of match this. So I guess this is a little bit more in the way of purples and not pinks, but that's okay. The color palette seemed close anyway. And then we're going to go with, because pink seems to be the name of the game in my mood today, this is a large tray from Munimade. And this is it's called Nachimama's Mud from the shop Whimsical Daisy. So I will have to double check. The last time I used this and went to link to their shop, it looked like their storefront was closed. Like it was gone. And I thought, oh no, what happened? Whimsical Daisies and Nachimama's Mud, they've been around since before I started diamond painting. Like they've been around for over 6 years. I hope everything is okay. So I'll go double check after this, but if you guys know anything that's going on, feel free to enlighten me in the comments for sure. I'm going to be using a metal 12 placer from Diamond Art Club. I'm just adding a little bit of washi tape to the base of it to help it not wobble around in the pen, because typically pen turners will turn the multi-placer openings to be slightly bigger than the metal multi-placer bases, which is the way you want it, because if it's slightly off, metal has absolutely no give to it and it would break your pen if you tried to load it and it was just not a fit. So yeah, anyway, I'm going to clean out the old putty. This really needs to be trashed anyway. This is old and dark gray putty. And then we'll load up some new putty. I'm gonna have to do this off screen because I need to be able to put this on that firm surface. So I'm just gonna do this over here. Nothing nefarious is happening. I think I talked about this in last week's WIP and Chat where I was like, it seems so strange when I'm like, I gotta do this off camera. It's like, I can't, I need a actual like hard surface to do this on. We are getting into summer months and this is a little bit soft. So if I run into trouble with it, I'll just dab it on my pants and get it a little dusty for now. And I did a video where I talked about just sort of all the basics of wax and putty. And if you have putty that is too soft or too sticky, you can add some cornstarch to it. Start with small amounts and like mix it up and everything. Or you could even, in a pinch, like I could just pour out a little bit of cornstarch and just dip this straight into it. And that just helps with any softness or stickiness, I have found. How putty behaves is so incredibly climate dependent. And you just in part never know. So my thought is if you're testing out different putties and you don't want to feel like it's going to waste, even if you're never going to buy from that shop again, it's like, well, you can at least fix the putty you do have and get use out of it instead of feeling like you just wasted your money, you know? Okay. So my experience so far on this kit. Well, first off, let me get my priorities straight here. Hi. Hello. How are you today? How was your weekend? I wanted to wish a very happy Mother's Day to anyone that was celebrating. And I also wanted to send a lot of love to anyone for whom Mother's Day is a difficult holiday for any number of different reasons, whether that's related to loss or difficult relationships or wanting to be a mother, any number of things. I just know that holidays can actually bring about some complicated emotions for many. And so just want you to know that I see you and I'm thinking of you and hope that you had a peaceful day and that you're doing well. So I, for this kit, have decided not to kit up these diamonds. I went back and forth because truly I hate working out of baggies. But given the size of this project, I thought, let me just stick to baggies. It's going to take me longer to kit up this project than it will to just work on it. So I thought I am just going to leave them in baggies and go from there. So it did come with a paper with sticker labels, but for this one, I thought, I don't know why actually, because this actually doesn't make a ton of sense. I thought I'm not going to use the sticker labels. I'm just going to look at this paper legend and then look for the symbol, look for the number, and then grab it. I should have just used the sticker labels, but I'm keeping them in DMC orders so I like roughly know where to grab. I don't know, you guys. I'm just... do as I say, not as I do. I don't know. But it's fine. It really is fine. Now, I've only done 2 colors on this so far, and I'm actually having a really great experience with this. Let me take off the autofocus real quick. So this drill field is really great. It's tight though, and so to play it extra safe, I've been checkerboarding, similar to how I think I showed you guys in my last week's WIP and Chat when I worked on that creativity squirrel kit, where I was worried about the diamonds popping, and so I did like a row and then skipped a row and then a row and then skipped a row and then a row, and then I went back in and filled it in, and yeah, no, these sit snug, which, to be honest with you, a big chunk of a light background color, often you will see it will leap out at you if there is gapping, and this has not a single bit of gapping to be found. Hold on, I'm fixing the focus again. No problems with the drill quality or anything like that. And I like the white glitter effect. I wasn't sure if the like shimmery special diamond was going to feel too distracting once I put it down. And I know I still have more drills to do, of course, but so far so good. I don't really have any complaints about it. And this was like 310, the black outlining I filled in, and I haven't had any problems with that drill quality either. So I'm going to keep working on doing some of the outlining at the bottom. I'm going to grab this darker blue color because that symbol is jumping out at me the most. That's a lowercase t. I need 3755, which is going to be number 22. And I think if I remember right, yeah, there is a little bit of static in here. So I'm just gonna, it's not terrible though. I did another small kit that came in baggies and the static was definitely worse than that one. So yeah, one of the main reasons I don't love working out of baggies is the static. But mostly they're just a little unwieldy. I like having everything out in a tray in front of me, but that is okay. So anyway, happy Monday. If you're a regular WIP and Chat viewer of mine, you are likely noticing that this is going up a little bit later than it usually does. Typically, my WIP and Chats go up at 6 a.m. Pacific time on Monday mornings like clockwork. I record them on Sunday nights. I have them uploaded and ready to go and just schedule them to go live when I'm still asleep, actually, which arguably is a questionable choice because what if things went off the rails? But that's okay. At 6 a.m. Pacific time. So, you know what? It's springtime and the birds are really going nuts. And I remember them being really loud during my video with Lizette a couple weeks back. I'm going to go close my window and I'll be right back. All right, we're back and I made a couple other adjustments as well. Hopefully that will help. Yeah, it's sometimes the birds just really get going outside. They like to nest up in the spot like where the roof meets the building, and so they're just, I mean, they're maybe 10 feet away. I'm recording at my kitchen table and I'm just a couple of feet from the back door, and it was really nice out this morning, so I had the window open letting some cool fresh air in, but it's now like a bit after 12 noon and it is heated up significantly, so I turned on the AC, closed the window. It's supposed to be a high of like 86 today Fahrenheit, which I just think it's May. This is so incredibly unnecessary, but oh well. This is just your annual me complaining about the heat season that we're entering. So anyway, this video is going up later as opposed to my usual schedule to go up at 6 a.m. recorded on Sunday night because yesterday was Mother's Day and I decided I didn't want to record last night. I hope that's okay. And thought if I have time, I'll record while the kids are in school. And I woke up, I took the dog for a walk and took care of a couple of things and then set up. And here I am recording my video. So I'll be done before the kids get home from school and get this uploaded for you guys. So there'll still be a Monday, even though it's a little bit late. And I hope that you guys understand. Yeah. Just wanted to take the evening. So anyway, this project has been fun to work on. It's always exciting to get to try out a new to me shop. And the past month or so, I've gotten to do a lot of new to me shop kits. And part of that I have to, of course, credit to doing the 26 for 26 challenge, which you either are loving and on board with and doing it yourself, or quite possibly really darn sick of hearing about it. So I won't harp on it too much, but what I will say is that it's something I never in a million years would have expected to be a challenge that would be my kind of thing. And I've been delightfully, pleasantly surprised, and I've been having a great time with it. In short, it is a challenge where basically you put drills down on 26 different projects in 2026. You can take that as literally as you would like to, whether that's you decide you're going to kit up 26 new kits, or you can just go, no, I'm still going to do one or two at a time, all at once, or you can go, no, I'm still just going to do one or two at a time. And hopefully by the time I get to the end of 2026, I've ultimately started 26 kits. It can really be whatever you want it to be. The spirit of it for me has been, or how I've taken the spirit of it and applied it to myself, is just to work on a lot of WIPs where normally I work on one, maybe two. And I am currently, I think, at 6 WIPs and almost kitted up a new one last night and then just felt lazy. I just wanted to regular diamond paint and do a little bit of gaming. So I ended up not kitting up a new kit last night after all, but I'm intending to pick out a new kit to kit up here very soon. And I'm rotating through them for kits that have more of a, like traditional shape or more of a traditional size. I'm doing one row at a time. With these mini projects, like this one, is going to be a little different. We'll see how much I get done today, and then I might save the rest to do on my next round. This one I'm doing slightly out of order because otherwise I have been sticking to an order of I do a row on this kit and then a row on the second kit and then a row on the third kit and then the row on the fourth kit, and I basically am getting them done one row at a time before I do another pass through on them. But I just finished I'm almost done with round 3, but I just wanted to work on this one specifically in a WIP and Chat. I really like to do that with new to me shops so you can actually see it live, I suppose, being worked on. And yeah, so this one had to be included. Trying to think did my Jolly Gem Shop kit get included? I can't remember if it got included in a WIP and Chat. I think I kitted it up in a WIP and Chat. So okay, that one did get some love too. The Herbalist, I finished, and I had that one, a start to finish video, go up a couple of days ago. So if you're interested in that kind of video, seeing my first impressions from unboxing to review when it's completed, you could take a look at that video. Yeah, it was really fun to do. I had a great experience with that one. So, what else? I've been liking the different kits I'm working on for this challenge a lot. I think the Impressionist Sky is still probably my favorite of the bunch just because of the artwork itself, probably. Yeah, I'd say that one probably is a favorite, but I'm curious to see. I'm anxious to get Herald of Spring done, or Gerald of Spring as I've named that horse. Pegasus, rather. Because that one I'm not even at the halfway point on, and it just takes me a while to get back around to it. It'll get done eventually though. Yeah, so that's the kind of update on my WIPs. Let me see. Yeah, this grid is snug, but I think that it's gonna look so nice completed. I'm excited. Take a look at my notes because I just drew a complete and total blank in my brain there. I did a bunch of catch up yesterday. Yes, on Mother's Day. I don't know. We were hanging out. We had a little bit of downtime, and so I sat down and finally went through and added artists in my Gems Flow. So Gems Flow is an app that I like to use to track my diamond paintings. I've had the request to do a tutorial on it, and I just am trying to think through the logistics of grabbing like a screen capture of it and how to go about doing that. But I will see what I can do. It's on my mind for sure. So I sat down because they pushed out an update somewhat recently where now there's an artist field that you can fill in, and I have regularly thought it would be so nice to sort by artists. Like, I know I want to work on a Chrysabug kit. It would be great if I could just sort by what are my Chrysabugs, you know? And so now I can do that, but it was intimidating, the thought of going through and adding in the artist for every single kit. But I did not for every single kit in my Gems Flow. For all the kits that are in my received not started, aka my stash. The diamond paintings I haven't worked on yet. They're not completed. They're not started, but, you know, I'm going to work on them. Time to grab my next color. I'm going to do the letter Y, which is 828, which is number 9. Okay, this one. So that took a while because I had not a small number of those kits to do that with. And next, I would like to go through and do it with my kits that I have completed. I'm not going to worry about it for the kits that I've sold or given away, but at least, which I do still leave tracked in my Gems Flow. But I would like to do it for my finished kits because it would be fun to be like, let me see all the Chrysabug kits that I've completed, you know? So I'm planning to do the rest of that, but I wanted to start with my stash or my kits I haven't started because I wanted to be able to sort and pick out a new kit to kit up yesterday, which, like I said, I did not end up doing, but now I can. I still looked. I still was like, okay, let me see all my Chrysabugs, all my Mrs. Butterdees, all my Margaret Morales, all my Miss Hollies, you know, just picking out some of my personal favorites and stuff. And I just had decision paralysis because they all look good. But yeah, that's done. I'm hoping that they will still maybe someday add a tagging option to kits for Gems Flow. I mean, it would be nice to be able to tag kits with different things like the theme. You know, tag all the ones that are fantasy themed, or tag all the ones that are in my rainy day stash, or tag all the ones that would work for a particular event. I had mentioned that as a suggestion to the developer, but he hasn't pushed out any other updates for the app since that one where he kind of popped up out of nowhere a few months back and then he seems to have disappeared again. So I'm hoping someday he'll just sort of pop back in and be like, okay, I have another update. I guess we'll find out. But yes, I could not survive without my Gems Flow app. That is for sure. I know there's a couple other apps that some different folks have been developing and testing out there that are maybe a little bit more functional or specific to what a lot of the diamond painting community would be looking for and using, but I admit I haven't branched into those. Sorry if I keep hitting my recording arm. I haven't branched into those because it would just be so much work to transfer everything over from where I currently have it tracked. That just seems very, very intimidating to me, and I'm not sure I'm able to do that. But I could still maybe test them out and see with, you know, a couple of kits and be like, how do I like it, just hypothetically. I should do that sometime. But yes, so that round of Gems Flow updates is done, and that may help me decide on future projects that I want to work on. And I also have finally had some luck at Michael's this past week. I'm not sure if you guys saw the kits that have been coming out as part of their summer collection. Michael's does this a lot. They have different seasonal lines that they'll come out with. I was particularly interested in their summer collection this year because it was very bookish and fantasy themed, which is perfectly up my alley. Very much my style. I don't know that I've been this interested in a Make Market Michael's release in a while, to be honest with you. So I was on a bit of a mission. I kept going back to my local Michael's. It's just a few minutes away, and they kept not having them out yet. And absolutely, I could have just ordered them online for shipping, or even tried to maybe do like an in-store pickup, but I don't know what it is. The Michael's app to me often will say that a store doesn't have stock of a thing or has low stock, but then I go in and they've got a whole end cap of the thing, and it's like, no, there's 5 of this item on the shelves, but the app says you have 1 in stock and won't let you place a pickup order. So I thought, I'm just going to be weirdly stubborn about this and keep checking back in until I see them in person. So I had checked out a couple other Michaels that were a little bit further away, but not too crazy because, hello, have you seen the price of gas right now? So just ones that are maybe 10 minutes away instead of 5 minutes away, And there, I did find a store that had put them out and had selection of everything that I wanted. So you'll be seeing a video on my channel soon with my finds from there, and I will probably go ahead and kit up one of those because they're snack size for the most part. And that's perfect for the 26 for 26 challenge. I just think that those particular kits, I think that they're going to make me happy. But you know what I literally just now realized as I was thinking about Make Market kits making me happy, it just occurred to me, not if they're square, they won't. I did not even pause to check if any of the kits that I picked up had square drills. I just saw the images and threw them in my cart. If any of them have square drills, I'm just going to take them right back. I cannot be bothered with Make Market's square drills. They're crazy budget friendly. Not worth it. Not worth it. I'm sorry. They're, in my experience, not great quality acrylic squares. I can't be bothered, so it'll go right back. Even if the image is perfect, I just don't see myself. Life's too short to work with bad drills. So, man, I'll have to check that after I finish this video because now it's going to bother me. But yeah, I grabbed several things because they were really pretty. So if you like fantasy and bookish themes, definitely see what your Michaels has. I'm hearing cat and dog zoomies upstairs. Adam's up there. He'll take care of it if there's shenanigans afoot. animals are like, what are you doing right now? Scouts had his morning stroll. I can't say the word, dog owners, his WALK. So I was hoping that would help him chill out a little bit, but I think, I don't know, he likes to try to get the cat to play with him. And Skip, it's very big brother, little brother energy. Scout's the little brother and Skip is the long-suffering big brother. They really do get along great, but Skip isn't super interested in actually playing with Scout. So they're so silly. It's never a dull moment with those two. So if you're hearing like it's the pets. So Michael's, good stuff there. And some fun small shop releases lately too. Diamond Delights with their new releases last week. I saw Jada Gem Shop putting out a clickbait email about how they were shutting down. It's like, no, it's a moving sale. It's like, don't freak me out like that. And other shops doing some really pretty new releases too. I think it was a fun weekend for new releases. I don't know, did you guys grab anything from any of the shops? I didn't get anything this weekend. I got some stuff from Michael's, and that was about it. They're not a small shop, I know, but I really liked the artwork. It's super budget friendly, so that's what I went with. Now, Mother's Day weekend. I had a pretty nice weekend. I am a mom. I've got 2 kids. My oldest is going to be turning 11 this week, which is, I know I say it every time, but I just can't wrap my brain around how fast time goes. He was 5 when I started diamond painting. He had turned 6 before I started my channel, but because I'd started diamond painting in April, and then he turned 6 in May, and then I started my channel in the fall. And it's crazy to me. And I even had a little convo with my therapist this week about just sort of the passage of time and not wanting to let it go by so fast without me feeling like I'm enjoying and absorbing it as much as I can. So I'm trying to do some more of that this week, just being more present and taking little memory snapshots and that kind of thing. And so I'm a mom, and the kids made some really cute things at school. They gave me, Connor's was a paper with, they had like traced out their hands and cut it out and then like folded it around some like flower stems and then drawn flowers, and he had written like, I love you in the flowers. It was very, very cute. And then Micah, their class, Micah's a bit younger. He's 8, and his class, they did a little bit more. He did one of those, they had these like books that was like the story of my mom, and had filled it in with various things. And it's just, these are my favorite things to see, shorts or reels of just the silliest things that kids will say in these books. Sometimes embarrassing is even better. And my favorite of Micah's was, my mom is good at making, and he filled in the blank, chicken nuggets. I just, of course, loves his chicken nuggets. Sure, buddy. I'm trying to remember what some of the others were, but it just really made me smile. It was very cute. On yesterday morning, he brought the bag up to me, the gift bag up to me, because he had tried to give it to me after school on Friday. We had explained like, oh, this is for Mother's Day, so I'll open it on Sunday. And he would check in intermittently throughout the rest of the day on Friday and on Saturday, like trying to basically give me the gift, and then remembering like, oh no, on Sunday. So of course, Sunday morning, I was like, it's Sunday, it's Mother's Day. Open this, Mom. Again, very, very, very sweet. And before I opened it, I asked, oh, Micah, like, what's in here? And he just looks me dead in the eyes and goes, a shoe launcher. And Adam and I just look at each other and just start laughing. And Micah, I think, just loves being very silly, because we were like, where'd you hear that? Like thinking like, is it from a movie or something like that? And he just said something like, from myself or from me. So and we were like, you made it up to be silly. And he said, yes, and started giggling. So he loves to be silly. And that was what he was doing. There, spoiler alert, there was not a shoe launcher in my Mother's Day gift from him. I was so disappointed. I was hoping. I was like, what am I going to do with a shoe launcher? I don't know, but I'm excited to get one. And then no such luck. But there was, the book. He had also made a bouquet that the flowers were cutouts of his hands. And then there was a little flower pot, like a real flower pot in there that you can actually put seeds in. And there was a pack of forget-me-not seeds. So I thought that was really cute. His class, his teacher, and everyone had come up with just such cute ideas. And Connor's too, because honestly, Connor's in 5th grade. I was not expecting them to do a Mother's Day craft to bring home. I kind of thought like, oh, they're probably going to age out of it. But they didn't, and that was a nice surprise. So I ended up getting to go out and have some me time on both Saturday and Sunday, which was really nice. My plans for Sunday were a little bit up in the air because I was planning to go out with my friend Rachel. And we've done this, I think, for past Mother's Day too, where we've just gone out, just the two of us, kid-free, and gotten coffee and gone shopping. Excuse me for yawning. Gotten coffee and gone shopping and just enjoyed some time together, some friend time. But she had told me that she wasn't feeling well a couple of days before. And so I had a little bit of decision paralysis of, okay, so should I do anything on Saturday? Should I not? Like, I don't know how I want to do this weekend. And Adam just said, there's no reason you can't go out both days. Why don't you go out Saturday? And then even if, whether or not something works out with Rachel on Sunday, you can still go out. And I said, that's true. That's true. Okay. All right, husband. He wanted me to feel like I was getting me time and whatever I wanted for Mother's Day, which was very sweet. So I did. I went out on Saturday and just slow browse through crafting stores and got some coffee and then slow browse my way through Target. I did get some necessities while I was there. I was like, well, we were out of strawberries. We need some more cereal for the kids. So yes, like there was a small element of practicality, but a lot of it was just indulgent me time too. And then thankfully Rachel ended up feeling well enough to go out yesterday. So we just went out for a couple hours, picked up coffee on our way to Home Goods. We didn't go down to the big one that we often will go down to. There's like a giant combination Home Goods TJ Maxx in like the Tustin Irvine area that we really love, but it's like a 25-minute drive. So and Rachel was feeling like still a little bit under the weather, so we thought, let's just go to a close by one. It will be a smaller store and it's not as far away, so she can get back home soon. She just wasn't up for a bigger outing, which was totally fine by me. I gave her the out. I said, we can rain check this, like we'll get together. It does not have to be today. And she's like, no, I actually really do want to go out. I want to see you. I want to have a little outing. So I don't want you guys to think I was like bullying or guilting her into going out. I was like, no, it's fine. Like, you rest, do whatever you want to do. And she insisted. So we went to, there was a smaller Home Goods close by that we browsed through. And we did really well. They apparently had just put out a bunch of new clearance stuff. And there were a handful of things that were, like, for me, they were actual needs. Things like Micah's laundry basket has been falling apart, and I found a laundry basket that was the perfect size and material and everything for $8. I just thought, oh my gosh. I got some of the dog bones, the like little dog treat bones that we give Scout when we put him in his crate at night. And those were on clearance, and there was they're nowhere near the expiration date. It wasn't open. There was nothing visibly wrong with it. And I thought, but this is like 50% off what they would be at the store. So we just did so well. I mostly window shopped, but I did get, one or two things that were, it wasn't just impulse buys. It was like, no, these are things that I actually need, and I got a killer clearance deal for it. So that was a lot of fun. We got to talk. I got to vent a little bit about a couple of things that were on my mind, because she's, you have those people in your life that are safe to vent to. They're the kind of people that not only will they support you, but they also will call you out if you're actually the one that's in the wrong. If they're like, actually, I'm going to lovingly tell you that I think that your perspective is a little skewed here, or maybe you didn't make the best judgment call. But also they're your ride or dies in the best way, because they'll also, you know, if you're like, I just need to vent, then they'll also be there for that too. So she's one of those very treasured kinds of friends like that. And someone that is in person, that I'm able to meet up with is really something I treasure a lot. So I'm really glad it worked out for us to be able to get together and catch up a little bit. We keep talking about trying to get together with our husbands and kids too. It's tricky just to coordinate with so many different moving pieces, but as we're going into summer break, we're both hopeful that like we'll be able to make it happen. She's a teacher, so she'll have a lot of flexibility as summer break is starting. And she's obviously really looking forward to being on summer vacation. My kids still have like a month left of school, so it's close, but it's not quite here yet. And I'm brainstorming different things, particularly that my oldest can do. It makes me sad. He's aged out of a lot of the summer program things we've done in the past, like most VBSs. And like once they, like the summer between 4th and 5th grade is often the last one that they can do VBS for, which makes me really sad. And then, I don't know, honestly, a lot of summer camps are not, those kinds of things are not in our budget, but we're going to explore some different options and get creative. Rachel was giving me some good ideas from her teacher perspective of like, you can structure days like this and have different kinds of themed days, or have like little to-do lists and stuff before they can do screens. And I said, this is all great. Actually, I really appreciate it, because I just don't want to, I don't want to spend all summer, I don't want Connor especially to spend all summer like on a screen. I'm not demonizing screen time at all, but he's gotten to that age where it's like he would be content to just play Roblox most of the time. And I'm like, we can find a better balance of it all. So that's my goal for this summer, is to just find a better balance. Micah will have summer school part of the summer, as just part of his IEP and stuff. And so that will help with Micah, but Micah also just tends to be a bit more active and bounce around between different things anyway. So yeah, we'll figure it all out, but I want to be intentional about it this summer as much as I can, as much as I feel like I have margin for, because sometimes I have the best of intentions and then realize I may have bit off more than I can chew, but we're going to do the best we can. Speaking of biting off more than I can chew, I finally got into the dentist on Friday, and I'm going to try to keep it really like not at all graphic, because I know a lot of dental anxiety or dental trauma, I guess for lack of a better word, is very real as someone that has experienced it. And sometimes if I hear someone start to talk about anything dental related, I'm like, and I'm out. Bye. If that is you, like I said, I'm going to try to keep it really non-graphic. I'm going to try to talk about it for less than 5 minutes. So if you want to skip ahead, I don't blame you. If you're just straight up going to peace out, that's also fine. You're probably already gone as soon as you heard me say dentist. But in short, I'd had a toothache on and off for around a month, and I was just feeling really uneasy about the state of my teeth. I brush my teeth every single day. I use like an extra fluoride prescription toothpaste when I remember to, and on top of my like regular toothpaste and stuff. And I try to take good care of my teeth, but because of our complicated situation with insurance and stuff, I hadn't found a dentist. I haven't been to the dentist. It had been a couple of years, and I'm really embarrassed to say that, but that's just the reality of it. With our current insurance, it was really difficult to find a dentist that accepted our insurance, but also didn't have horrendous reviews. And I had finally found one that I was like, okay, let me give this one a try, and made an appointment. It was the having a toothache on and off for a month that really pushed me to do it, because I just thought, this is bad. I know it's bad. I got myself all worked up going into the appointment thinking, I hope that they're not going to have to like pull it or anything. I was really, really nervous. And they did x-rays, and they were super, super gentle and very sweet. But as I'm, laying there and she's looking over my teeth, she says, okay, you're going to need a root canal on this one. the one that you said has been bothering you, and you need a few other fillings. And I just, to be honest with you, I started crying. I was really, really embarrassed, but I couldn't help it. I think it was the culmination of the anxiety of it all, and just, I don't know, emotional overwhelm or something like that. Yeah. So they were very, very kind and compassionate. And she said, we'll submit to insurance for authorization, and then we'll call about scheduling it. I'm hoping that insurance will authorize it quickly. She also she said that they don't do any in-office sedation, which I think includes, I don't think they do like laughing gas, but she had offered some other options, like things that can help you be calm, that you could take ahead of time. I don't know why I'm being weird about it. I don't know if YouTube gets weird about mentioning certain things, but I've never tried that before. But I've heard some people that have had really positive experiences with taking certain prescriptions from the dentist ahead of time. So I might do that just because I have a lot of dental trauma. I'm definitely not going to go into details about why and what that is. And I don't blame my parents at all. Because I don't know, it was the recommended course of treatment at the time, but I had a couple of really, really, really bad dental experiences that I would say legitimately came out of with trauma from when I was in my teens. And so that contributes to how I feel about dental work now. It's a lot. So I'm dreading that. I'm really embarrassed about it. And they did comment, though. She said, has anyone told you that you seem to have, how did she phrase it? Unusually, something about my enamel. She said it was either softer than normal or like more porous than normal or something. And she was suggesting some different ways that we can try to help with addressing that, because she said because I said it's maybe 2.5 years since I've been to the dentist, and it just seems kind of crazy that my teeth deteriorated that much in that short of amount of time when it's not like I still brush my teeth every single day. So I'm going to try to, troubleshoot with her and stuff and see if maybe we can try to figure out what's going on and why it is, because I would like to not be in this position where I'm always having to go back and have dental issues. So I also want to stay on top of it and go back every 6 months like clockwork. And I don't want to be in this position. So yeah, that's the end of the dental talk. I'm glad that I was proud of myself for making the appointment in spite of all my anxieties and everything surrounding it. And I knew it was only going to get worse if I didn't do something about it. I knew it wasn't going to go away. But yeah, between the anxiety of it all and executive dysfunction, it just took me longer than I would have liked. But it's done, and we're getting the ball rolling on all of that. I'm continuing to fight through red tape with chalk over Micah's sleep study. I just, at one point, I was on the phone with the very, very sweet nurse at our pediatrician's office, and I just kept apologizing. I said, I am so, so, so sorry. I do not want to be a problem child. I don't want to cause more work for anyone. I'm trying to, communicate anything that I'm being told and just pass it along. And if there's anything I can be doing instead, I will do it. It just has to do with some really strange, tiny, minuscule errors with wording on the referral. And the specialist office being like, you need to correct the address. I'm not kidding. This is one of the examples. You have to correct the address on the insurance authorization. It cannot have the suite number. And the nurse and I were laughing at one point. I just said, why does the suite number matter? I understand needing to have your paperwork in order, but it just has been one thing after another. And then I'll call to check in, and they'll be like, oh, we see a note here that so-and-so accessed the system, but I don't see the documents actually uploaded on our end. And then go back to it's a lot of back and forth. And I'll do whatever I need to do. I'm trying to follow the rules and the procedures. Like, just tell me what to do and I promise I'll do it. I'm not here to complain. But I'm also a little bit like, I've gone back and forth about 4 times now. And I just like, how can we get this figured out? And how does anyone get a referral through? I don't, for this, I don't totally understand, but I'm just smile and nod. Tell me what to do and I'll do what I can. So we just would really, really, really like to get this sleep study done for Micah and figure out what's going on with some of his sleep issues. The doctor agrees that it's necessary. She was the one who originally suggested it. So, yeah. I would like to get that scheduled, and I just have no idea if it's going to be a long wait like neurology was. Like, I'm on that cancellation list for the neurologist, but at the end of the day, like, we're scheduled for 6 months out from when I called, which it is what it is. But yeah, like I said, I'll just be really glad to have this one figured out. But yeah, that's just my little medical woes at the moment. What else has been going on? Oh, I had some good news I wanted to share with permission. My parents have sold their house. They accepted an offer and everything is moving along smoothly with that whole process. And I don't know if they've officially booked their movers, but they were having movers come out to give them quotes and stuff, and they're on track to be moving soon to Arizona. So I am having, of course, some feelings, some emotions about like, okay, it's really happening. You know, the attachment to my childhood home and stuff like that has been there for 35 years. But I guess a really sweet family is going to be moving in, and my parents feel really good about the whole situation. It felt very much like everything worked out exactly the way that it was supposed to, which is a wonderful blessing. And I'm just hoping that everything goes smoothly with the process from here. And of course, I'm excited that they are going to be living driving distance from us now, though, again, I have to complain. This will be the second time and the last time I'll complain in this WIP and Chat about it. The price of gas is really kind of messing up my grand plans to drive out to Arizona to see them once this summer, see their new place, and get to just spend time with them, while the kids are on summer break. We'll see. Might still be able to make it work, but we'll let them get moved and settled, of course. But any positive thoughts you have to send their way just for the process and the stress of packing and moving itself, I'm sure they would really appreciate. So, but I'm glad that they, the process of selling wasn't too drawn out. I had no idea. They had no idea if it was going to be or what the process would ultimately end up looking like. And so that was a really nice surprise that it did not end up being too convoluted. I'm just doing the outlines as we go. This is so pretty. This is so cute. Let me see what else. Oh, Scout is all healed up. Scout's paw seems to be totally healed up. The anti-inflammatories and the doggy sedative that had just, a slight effect, though not like a huge effect. It definitely seemed to have helped. We noticed that he isn't favoring that paw anymore, and his activity level was never impacted, but he never stopped moving, jumping, being his usual crazy energetic self. But we were happy to see that even when he was done with the round of anti-inflammatories, that he continued to not be favoring the paw that was injured. So yay for that. Thank you for the encouragement and the kind words and the insight that you guys gave when I brought that up. I always really appreciate that, and that you took the time to share those thoughts. So thank you. Skip is his usual sweet and affectionate self. He's been exceptionally affectionate at bedtime the past few nights, doing a lot of cute meows and whatnot. Oh, speaking of cute meows and cats, For those of you, I know that you're in here because you commented when I brought this up a few weeks ago. Did you guys see that Rue, the foster kitty, got adopted? And the adopter, I think also does fosters, but is permanently adopting, like giving a permanent home to Rue. So Rue will be one of her like lifelong pets. Not she didn't move from one foster to another foster situation is what I mean. So Rue was this cat that the foster Rosie and the shelter pups would post daily updates on her Instagram about. And Connor and I, it had turned into like our little evening tradition that we would sit down and see, is there a Rue? Connor would always go, Mom, check if there's a Rue video. And most nights there would be an update from Rosie and the shelter pups about how Rue was doing. Rue was a feral cat, and the process of sort of, I don't know what the official term is, but just getting her used to being around people and essentially being adoptable was a really long process. The foster mom had her for well over 2 months, and did just honestly an amazing job with her. This is the first that I've seen of this foster mom, and Connor and I will continue to follow her and see what other kinds of pets she fosters and what their journeys look like. But it was really neat to see that Rue's new mom and new home is going to continue to post updates. So we've still gotten to check in and see our daily Rue videos most days that she posts. And she's on, I don't know if she's on Facebook. We've been tracking with her over on Instagram now. Cat Yapper is the name of the account. Definitely a different personality from Rosie and the shelter pups, but Rue is doing so well with her too. It's just really sweet to see. It makes my heart so happy. So if you've been following along with Rue and wondering where the updates are and stuff now, it's over on Cat Yapper is the name of her account. Yes, that's been fun. Let me grab another color. And I had to take that. I'm looking at the timer on my phone here. I took that little break to go close the window. So the first clip was 10 or 11 minutes, and then so I'll chat with you for another 5 or 10 minutes. That's perfect timing actually, because I'm slowly running out of things to talk about. Let's see though. Let me grab another color. Let's fill in some of the bottle color. 951. Okay, here we go. So I've been continuing to love my replay of Claire Obscura Expedition 33, and I've discovered some delightful Easter eggs that I think can only really happen on New Game Plus. And one of them has to do with, I'm not going to give any spoilers beyond just very, 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 very generic, but there's a couple of different like themes of outfits for your characters. You can change your characters' different outfits of what they're wearing. And I had put all of my characters into one particular theme of outfit. It's a little silly looking. It's very, very, very like French, like stereotypically French. And so I put all the characters in like the clothes and the hairdo for this. And what I didn't realize was that if you do this, specifically you put all of your characters in these outfits and haircuts, then the Easter egg is that it changes the outfit of this like otherwise super serious, like kind of quasi-villain character in the cutscenes. And I was laughing so hard when it happened because I was not expecting it at all. I'm like, what are they wearing? What is happening right now? And then realized it's a thing if you put all the characters in this. There's a couple of different outfits I guess it'll do it with, but I had done it completely by accident, and I had to call Adam over because he's played the game too. I said, what is he wearing? What is happening right now? We're just like cracking up. Like this super serious and emotionally devastating scene, it's not working with the outfit this guy's wearing. So that was really fun. It's just generally been really interesting to replay that game, knowing the ending and knowing where it goes. There's so much foreshadowing and hints along the way. I'm really enjoying it a lot. So as far as what I've been apparently didn't get enough sleep. As far as what I've been reading and watching and listening to, I think by last week's WIP and Chat I had finished Words of Radiance. Yes, I did. And so this week, according to the Brandon Sanderson Cosmere reading order flowchart, and also asking my friend Kate. I knew that next up were a couple of novellas, and it just so happened that my Libby hold came up for me to get Arcanum Unbounded, which had the next short story, the novella I needed to read. And then Kate had gone in and said, well, if you're still waiting on Libby to bring you the next Stormlight book, you could read these other ones. So I ended up reading Edge Dancer, which is a novella that expands on the story of one of the interlude characters in Words of Radiance, and was quite a lot of fun, actually. Fun little romp. And then I read Mistborn's Secret History. I just finished that last night, and that was included in Arcanum Unbounded. And that was really, really interesting. I'd given myself a little refresher on Mistborn Era 1, because it was apparently I needed to have that fresh in my brain to enjoy Secret History the most. And I'm glad I did, because my memory is not always the greatest, even with things that I love. So Secret History was really, really enjoyable and interesting, and it makes me excited to get to Era 2, which is not for a couple more books. I have a couple of chunky Stormlight books to get through first. But it was perfect timing. I finished Mistborn's Secret History last evening, and then woke up this morning to a Libby notification that Oathbringer is available for me to check out. My hold is up for that one. That was like a 2-month hold. So I made sure I went ahead and got on the waiting list for the next Stormlight book. And I'll have an Audible credit I could use as well. But I'm just trying to take advantage of Libby using Libby while I can. So I will probably start Oathbringer soon. I think that I get it for 3 weeks. I think this one's through the Orange County Public Library System, if I remember right. I don't remember exactly how long the checkout time is, but it can take me a little while to get through some of these longer Stormlight books. So I wonder if I'll ultimately just end up using an Audible credit to get Oathbringer, because it's like a 55-hour book. And even at 2 times speed, I don't know. I should be able to get through that in 3 weeks, right? I diamond paint that many hours in 3 weeks, but I don't just listen to audiobooks while I diamond paint. So that's what it is. But anyway, that's my reading updates. Those novellas were really fun, though. Real quick. I was out with Rachel yesterday, and it just so happened that she had also continued her Brandon Sanderson reading. We hadn't been texting about it, but she just mentioned it in person. And it just so happened that she was reading Arcanum Unbounded, but she's a little more like fly by the seat of her pants about it all. And I was like, you haven't read Words of Radiance yet, right? And she said no. And I said, okay, don't read this one short story. She's like, oh, I was just kind of going along and reading, because I didn't realize. And I said, I'm going to resend you that graphic I sent you in case you cared. She said, yeah, no, resend it to me. She's like, if her mood changes or something gets like too heavy for the moment and she's not ready for it, she'll just flip between different books really freely, whereas I'm a little more locked and loaded. Once I start a book, I'm kind of, I don't know, like diamond painting, where I'm normally a 1 WIP at a time person. With books, I'm typically a 1 book at a time kind of person. But no, Rachel is just a little chaos goblin about it all. It's like, girl, you're gonna get weird spoilers. She's like, dang it. I knew I should have paid more attention. Anyway, so that's reading. Watching, okay, I feel really bad to say as much. I finished the first season of Arcane on Netflix this week, and I don't think I'm interested in watching the second season. I don't know if I'm just not in the right headspace at the moment to have enjoyed it, because I feel like at a time in my life I would have liked the show more, but I just wasn't clicking with me in a way that I expected it to, which was disappointing. It's like I enjoyed the first couple episodes a lot more than I enjoyed the rest of the season. So I don't know. Like I said, I feel really bad. I love the music. I love the art style of it, but the story I was having a harder time connecting with. And maybe it was the kind of thing, like I was diamond painting while watching it like I usually do with shows, but I wonder if there was so much going on visually that I wonder if I would have appreciated it more. Scout. He's hassling the cat. I can hear him doing this like playful growls. I wonder if I would have enjoyed it more if I would have been more like locked in and just truly watching it distraction free. I probably would have, but I didn't. That's not kind of the phase of life I'm in when it comes to watching shows right now, I admit. So I don't know. If you guys are Arcane fans, I'm open to being persuaded. I think I wasn't super into how it was getting really heavy on the politics side of things. That wasn't grabbing my attention as much. And sometimes I like shows with political intrigue or whatever, but yeah, just not so much this time. And then what I've been listening to, nothing super exciting on this front. Yeah, so I'm a little bit out of time, so I'm okay with not having much to elaborate on with that anyway. This week, what I've got coming out, I have a kit from Preston Place that I would like to share with you this week. I just need to check with her with a couple of questions. And I will maybe do a dedicated post review on this kit. I would like to. I just need to find enough to say to come up with a video specifically on this one because it's so little, but it's a new to me shop, so I would like to be able to do a post review on it. And then, excuse me, I think I'll have one or two delayed Diamond Art Club sneak peeks in. So you'll see those from me as well. They'll be first looks. But I feel bad because one's from this past weekend and it's since sold out. So it's kind of like, I feel really bad about this one, but that's okay. It is what it is. But this has been a great experience. Thanks for letting me make a little progress on this one. I'm going to keep filling in kind of from the outside in. Maybe I'll do the stopper on here next even, but I'm going to let you guys go. So if you made it all the way to the end of the video, what should we do for our emoji today? Maybe a rainbow emoji because we got a rainbow in the picture in the background, or I almost said like a bedroom emoji, but that really has connotations I'm not looking to lean into. But there we go. I said it. This is too cutesy. This is just very cutesy. So yeah, I don't know if there's something in this image that you want to put as your emoji. You could do that. Let me know what you were working on if you would like, and how you've been doing and what you've been up to. If you had any fun plans on Mother's Day you feel like sharing about. But thanks for spending some time with me today, and thanks for letting me put this up a little bit late so that I could have a quiet Sunday evening at home. So hope you guys are doing really, really well. Happy crafting, and I will chat with you again real soon. Bye, guys.